Yes, it is me again, Brian Guidry, and I would like to take you on a journey as I begin to recover from the disaster of being attacked by a Jezebel spirit. There were a lot of things that I did wrong after that attack. Number one, I was in denial of being attacked by a Jezebel spirit because I was truly in love with my ex-wife at the time, and those people, particularly my pastor at the time, my ex-pastor, he didn't say I was attacked by a Jezebel spirit, but he said I was attacked. And my first reply was, well, the devil cannot have this much power. Wrong. The devil does have that much power, and particularly with a Jezebel spirit. A Jezebel spirit thrives in the church, and his or her charisma comes out so nicely that people just assume that this person is led by the Holy Spirit, that this person is emboldened by the Holy Spirit, that this person has zeal to preach or teach or serve in the ministry. And that was one thing that attracted me to my ex-wife, was all of those things that I just said. And right now, I've allowed that attack. Well, when it happened, it was so devastating that it ushered me into a depression. And I haven't dealt with a depression at that time for like 12 years. So like I said before, it was a double whammy. And I took it very personal and did some dumb things that really made it worse than what it should have been. In retrospect, I should have just stood up and said, yo, this is not for me. I need to get out of this relationship. I do not need to be rushed into marriage. I'm tired of compromising my sexual integrity for you just because you are frustrated and that you need sex and all that, even though you approached me by saying that sex was not going to be a part of our relationship. And she turned the tables on me, man, and I found myself engaging in sex. And me, myself, at the time, I was not a type of person who could easily just be a lukewarm Christian and just do whatever and then go to church like nothing happened. And being that she has that Jezebel spirit, it wasn't nothing to her, and it never was anything to her to just sin willingly and willfully and just step back into church like nothing happened. And I myself was dying on the inside. And so now I'm trying my best to get back in line with God. A lot of bad habits that I've picked up, and particularly nicotine addiction, pornography addiction, marijuana addiction. And these things have a huge stronghold on my life, and I'm tired. I'm tired of being in this pit. I've been crying out to God for years now to please just grab me by the top of my head and pull me out of this situation. And God has yet to do that, and I have not lost hope in God, because I know that He called me to be something greater than what I am. The problem with starting over again with God is regret and resentment of why you have to start over with God in the first place. And I myself am taking full responsibility for the reaction that I had to being attacked by a Jezebel spirit. I should have stood up like a man and just cut it off at the bud, but I did not. I allowed things to go farther and farther into chaos. And particularly getting married, impregnating her and everything when I knew that I wasn't right. And so this is not me trying to attack her and, discredit her. But at the same time, this is for me to make sure those of you who know her are very aware of the Jezebel spirit that is in her. And if you don't believe me, just Google Jezebel spirit, and everything that comes up points to her and her character. Everything about her, she's a narcissist. That's what Jezebel spirits love. She's very charismatic. That is what Jezebel spirits love. She's very manipulative. And it's sad because I read about this before back in 2010 about Jezebel spirits, but I was so depressed and out of it, it just didn't really register. And plus, like I said before, I just didn't think that any demon had so much power to just straight up turn a man of God into mush. And that's exactly what she did. And I'm just now trying to recover from that, trying to get back on my feet, trying to get back in line with God, because I found myself in a dark place to where I blamed him for everything and just didn't understand, and just was like, yo, church is not for me anymore. And I still feel funny going to church, but I realize more than ever that I got to work out my salvation with fear and trembling and not allow an attack to keep me stifled from embracing whatever calling God has for me. I believe maybe that I'm probably going to be a martyr like Samson was once he lost his power through the conniving of Delilah. And it's very sad because I remember laying in her lap one day while we was dating and said, this is how Samson lost his power. And lo and behold, it happened to me. So this is a fair warning to fellas and ladies in the church, because a Jezebel spirit can be hosted by a male. Watch your back. I don't care how deep you are in the Lord. I don't care how anointed you are. I don't care how great you are in church and how anchored you are. The enemy has a plan to destroy you, and the enemy straight up destroyed me through my ex-wife hosting a Jezebel spirit. And I'm just using myself as a fair warning that you don't want to be like me in this instance of my life. But God willing, I'll be back. Trust me.